Welcome everyone. In this lab, we will use automated machine learning to find the best performing binary classification model for predicting customer churn. We will do all of this from the Azure Machine Learning Studio's automated ML tool without writing a single line of code. Let's begin. So right now we're looking at the studio. The first thing you were asked to do is set up your data set. So I'm going to go over to the Datasets tab over here, and you can find this under Assets. And you will have to set up your data, and you could do this by clicking Create Dataset. You have the option to do this from local files, data store, web files, or open datasets. I'm going to go ahead and use this CRM churn dataset that I already set up. Once you have your dataset set up, you could go ahead to Automated ML from the Authoring tab. I'm going to click on this. And what you'll need to do is click on the New Automated ML Run. So once you get here, you'll need to choose your data set, in this case, CRM churn, and you can go ahead and click Next. So once you have your data set up, you'll need to give your experiment a name. I'm going to call this experiment churn. And then you'll need to choose your target column. In this case, it's column 1. And then you'll need to choose a training cluster, which is automatically going to scale to your experiment needs. I'm going to go ahead and use this one over here. I created this a little earlier, but you could go ahead and create a new compute if you want to. Once you've completed that, you have to choose your task type. In this case, it's a classification example. Automated ML also supports regression and time series forecasting. After that, you were asked to click on View Additional Configuration Settings. So right now, the primary metric is set to accuracy, but for this example, let's go ahead and explore AUC weighted. So after you set your primary metric to AUC weighted, you can go ahead and select some exit criteria. For this example, we could set some metric score threshold. So this is like a score that it reaches, and then you're going to tell the experiment to complete as soon as it reaches that specific score. So for this example, let's go ahead and set it to be 0.707. And we're going to save that. And once you're ready, we could click Finish. And what's going to happen is AutoML is going to intelligently test multiple models in parallel and return the optimized one for us. So while this run kicks off, I'm going to go ahead and open a run that completed a little earlier, going back to AutoML. I'm going to click on this churn predictor that completed a little earlier. And I'm going to open up the run that completed. Over here, we could see the recommended model, so in this case, max, abscaler, and LightGBM, and we could see the metric value for the primary metric AUC weighted. Additionally, we could click on View Model Details, and what this does, it gives us additional metrics for us to evaluate this model. So for example, we could see that the accuracy for this model is 0.92. This might help us better understand if this model is good enough. Additionally, there's some visualizations that you could explore. For example, there's like the precision recall, ROC, lift curve, calibration curve, gain curve, and confusion metric you could use to evaluate this model. And that brings us to the end of this lab.